This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about. Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
3, 2. Welcome to Daily Blast Live. We made it, guys. It's Friday, January 10th. I'm here with Brandon and Stephanie. Erica has the night off. Let's jump right in, guys. Stephanie, this one's for you.
Oh.
The royal brouhaha is all anyone can talk about if you've been under a rock the last couple of days. Here's what's going on. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are ditching their royal duties and going off on their own. And, of course, Meghan's half-sister had to give her 2 cents. Here's what she told Inside Edition.
They stepped into the spotlight knowing what the duties were, knowing what, the media would be like for them. And if she wanted to be so private, she wouldn't have sat at Wimbledon with 40 empty seats around her like a frame. Look at me, look at me, look at me. I mean, clearly, she knows that she's engaging in attention-getting behaviors.
Ooh,
Nothing but love.
In the words of Stephanie, and her little lingo, I hate this lady. Like, I hate this lady.
Hate?
Like, I hate this lady. Like, I just don't, I don't like clout chasers. And that's exactly what she's been doing for a long time. And I understand that certain media outlets, you need the clicks, you need the people to watch, and you need someone who's gonna bash, because let's be honest, what sells tickets or what gets people to view? People hating on each other. And I hate how this lady is trying to clout chase.
I love how she goes, well, she just wants her privacy, and then she sits in all those seats by herself. Yeah, that's privacy.
That is privacy.
I don't understand what she's talking about. But what are you thinking about this, Steph?
Okay, I literally cannot stand this woman. Samantha, you are the worst.
Get her, Stephanie.
Literally. The fact you're actually embarrassing. You're on national live television. The word is Wimbledon, not Wimbledon. If you're going to be speaking about your sister who's part of the royal family, at least get it right. Seriously, you're an embarrassment to the Markle family. I'm glad she's no longer talking to you. It's embarrassing.
Wow.
Who does she think she is? She's not in the royal family. You're just on some, station trying your best to get any kind of little bit of publicity you can by slating your family. Shame on you.
Channeling some of that Erica Cobb in that
Don't
scene,
like it. Don't like it.
I don't think anybody does. Well, here's something else people are also talking about, Steph. Oprah, are you going to yell at her for getting involved? People are saying she actually encouraged Harry and Meghan's power play. At least that's what Page 6 is saying. Apparently, they chatted with her beforehand, but Oprah is denying the whole thing. Are you going to get on Oprah?
No, I'm not going to get on
Good
Oprah.
move.
I know that they are friends with Oprah, and she does give amazing advice, but she did come out and speak to a magazine, and she said, these two people do not need my advice. They'll make their own life decisions. And I mean, that's absolutely fine. And even if whatever choice they chose to make, if they chose to speak to Oprah, if they chose to do it behind closed doors, that's no one's business. Yeah. All that matters is that they've decided to leave the royal family. They're stepping down in their duties because they want a life that's a bit more quiet and have more privacy.
Let me ask you this question, because I saw some people online and they're arguing about this debate. What do you think about people that are saying Meghan's pulling Harry away from the family? Do you think Harry was ready to leave the family, or at least step away in your eyes?
Okay, so Harry has never been a conformist. He's never been he is in line for the throne, but he's really far down. So he's not like Will. Will is very traditional.
Right. Yeah.
Will was born for the role of king, quite literally. I mean, obviously he was the firstborn, but it's in his DNA. You can tell in the way he acts, the woman that he's chosen to marry, how he conducts himself. Harry, growing up, has never really wanted to live that life. He's always gone off, done his own thing, had lots of wonderful girlfriends, and done his own thing. And why shouldn't he? He's married Meghan. That's a great choice for him. She fits in with his lifestyle, and he's ready to just move on and just do his own thing.
So in your eyes, you'd say it's mutual?
Oh yeah, I think if anything, she's encouraged him a little bit because he's seen what happened to his mother, and he doesn't want it to happen to his son and wife. It's very fair.
I like it.
But if they need a replacement,
B. London's ready?
I'll be a royal. I'll be a conformist.
So will I, buddy. So will I. All right, guys. Golden Globe winner Joaquin Phoenix. Well, he's been arrested in Washington, D.C., but it's not what you guys think. In this video from TMZ, you can see the Joker actor in the black jacket and sunglasses talking to the cops. Joaquin was led away by police from the steps of the Capitol, and he was taking part in the, quote, Fire Drill Friday. You guys all heard of this, a weekly climate change protest organized by Jane Fonda.
Hey, he didn't dance down those steps like he did in the Joker movie, huh?
That actually would have got more attention.
That would have been that.
You're right.
See,
you should have did that.
Hire me as a publicist. I'm a conformist.
I would say what you're going to say, but I was just going to say, what does this do for climate change? I don't think it does anything, but say what
it's an awareness thing, and I think he had to do it because remember at the Golden Globes, he was talking about how he was kind of getting on people like, oh, don't fly your private jet from Palm Springs. So it's one of those things where if you're going to talk the talk, you have to walk the walk. And he's also PETA's Man of the Year. I believe it was in last year or 2018. So you can see that he does different things when it comes to activism. But one thing, Megyn Kelly, because he wore the same tuxedo, and Megyn Kelly jumped on him and was like, he's so out of touch. But at the same time, you have to pick and choose what you can do. I'm sure he gives money. I'm sure he does a lot of other things. But after you make a speech like that, you kind of have to do something right away to show people that you walk the walk.
So you applaud him for that?
Yeah, absolutely.
I just feel like it's nonsense. Like, you're not doing anything, you know what I mean? Like,
I guess it's just people are talking about it, asking the reason why, you know.
And what did you say? You said the other day that if you throw something in the trash can and you miss, what do? You go and pick up.
Right.
Now, had we not been on this show and we haven't really, and you haven't been cover stories like this every day, let's be honest, if you would have shot and missed, would you and picked it up?
Yeah, man, because I don't want that. I just don't believe. I believe in karma, and I feel like if I know I didn't make it in the trash can, it's my duty to go pick it up. Otherwise, something bad's gonna happen to me.
Leave me
so
out
it's a little bit of selfishness and
awareness
and accountability.
Okay,
All right, guys. Surely you've seen this photo of Adele looking almost unrecognizable and amazing, I might add. While on vacation in the Caribbean, she told a fan she lost about 100 pounds. And reports say the singer lost 90% of the weight from the CERT food diet, which focuses on foods that regulate metabolism. And you may remember Adele back in October looking slimmer than her usual self, but now fans are worried about her weight, saying she's too skinny. So is this fair considering she was once fat shamed, if we remember, and now she's getting skinny shamed?
I think in this particular situation, what we all need to remember is Adele has had a really rough year. So she split with her husband of 3 years, only in October. And so when we look at those pictures of her back in September, that was just before her divorce was getting announced. So obviously her personal life has been very difficult, which obviously does cause stress, which in turn does obviously lead to weight loss.
Right.
But since then, she has come forward and said that she's been doing this proactively, and obviously now this is 6 months plus later. But I think the reason why people are jumping on this so much is Adele is known for, she's got so many famous quotes about weight, it's actually ridiculous. So I'm saying, I'm not going to lose weight because someone tells me to. I make music to be a musician, never to be on the cover of Playboy. I don't make music for the eyes, I make music for the ears. So she's always been very, very body confident and proud to be of a certain size. So I think what's happened, this is just my interpretation, she's had a very roller coaster year, and sometimes when things like that happen, we want to take control of something in order to feel good about ourselves again. And maybe this is what she's chosen to do by monitoring her food, her exercise, her diet, making her feel better when there's a lot of obviously chaos around her.
I just don't get it because I think the normal average person is applauding her both ways. They didn't look at her body when she was making those hits. They're like, wow, what a wonderful talent. And now she lost weight and they're like, wow, what a wonderful talent. I think it's people that are insecure with themselves, a la the internet, that are hating. Otherwise, everyone else is happy for
They
her.
don't have that discipline, Jeff. Like, what you have to understand, people don't understand, like, you can work out as much as you want, but if you're not eating right, then you're doing nothing. And that's exactly what her trainer was saying. She's like, Adele, she's not some big workout guru. She's a moderate gym rat, but she has obtained this body by being disciplined with the foods that she eats. You're one of those people to where, like you say, you're doing dry January. You won't even come to happy hour with me for some tapas because you don't want to be around the drinking.
Man,
because
I'm not
you
going
want
to
to
the bowling alley unless I'm bowling.
That's what I'm saying. And people, that's another thing people try and project on them. Those insecurities that you're talking about. If I don't have the discipline enough to follow that regimen that you have, I'm like, this guy, he won't even go to the bowling alley.
Right.
What kind of guy is that? You know what I mean? Like, that's how people are. So applaud to Adele. And she's gotten skinny, yes, but she can easily put some of that weight back on to be healthy again.
Yeah.
It's not like she's like overly
she's
sick.
Not healthy, right? Who's to say she's not? That CERT diet is going to be the diet of 2020.
Oh,
Absolutely.
yeah, I bet Google searches on that have gone through the roof.
Probably, for sure. All right, guys, this next story. This is for Brandon. No, it's not for Brandon. I'm just kidding.
Yes, it is.
It might be. He does have a little crush on Suzanne Summers.
I do.
So did Suzanne Summers really break her hip during sex? She's been very open about her vigorous sex life with her husband of 40+ years, but did an intimate moment cause an injury? Susan was on Dr. Oz talking about aging. Let's watch.
I thought when I was 73 I'd be old, and chronologically I'm old in society, but I'm not old. I have energy, and I do have a fractured hip right now, but that slows me down a little bit. But that's just from all that sex Alan and I are having.
Alan. So is she joking around? She didn't get that from sex.
Well, I don't know.
Go ahead, Stephanie.
Well, so obviously we remember when it was her birthday, she gave us that wonderful nude photo, didn't she, of her frolicking. Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Quick moves. Frolicking in the corn or whatever it was. And then she went on to say that she has sex at least twice a day. So,
her husband is 83 years old.
Yeah, but that's what results in a fractured hip. What do you expect? You're not a spring chicken, are you?
I hear you, but 83 and... Jeez.
They take these shots of this PT 141 that they said, PT 141, and they said that they get these hormones from plants to replace what their body is lacking. Now you just need some milk to, for that fractured hip, to strengthen those bones a little bit. But at the same time, a lot of people are hating on her for that photo, and like she said, I don't see what the big deal is. Go out and live your life. Like, why? You can't have sex at 70-something?
Twice a day?
I don't know about twice a day.
Not even B. London in his prime is getting after it like that.
Come on, man. We're a family show.
Are you saying yes or no?
Yes, in my prime, absolutely. I'm still in my prime too, and I don't take shots.
You're taking some PT 360 shots. All right, DBL is live and coming up. Tori Shulman goes one-on-one with actor Josh Hartnett. Where's he been? How did he really feel about being one of America's biggest teen heartthrobs? And is the mullet making a comeback? Stephanie reveals which pop star is all business in the front and a party in the back. Next on Fashion Fix Friday.
Miley Cyrus.
You don't want that karma, Ira. Yeah. All right, so we're on? Okay. Yeah, so I said Brandon couldn't get it going in his prime, so he's admitting he's not in his prime anymore.
Yes, I am.
Well, you didn't correct me on that.
Because we're a family-based TV show, and I would like to keep my job.
But you could say I'm still in my prime. I wasn't talking about the sex thing. I was talking about your prime thing.
Yes, I am still in my prime. I work out. I just did an hour on the treadmill today. Keep that cardio up. Yeah.
Dude.
Soccer, my new soccer league starts.
Twice a day is some cardio.
That's a little too much.
That's too much.
And that's the honeymoon phase, not when you've been married with someone for a
I think some
long
of it's
time.
just a shtick. You think?
Nah, I don't think so. I mean, you look at the diet that she's on, and you look at the hormones and the shots that she takes. She's kind of like that face of,
I guess,
older people still being intimate and having fun in life. Like she said, I'm getting older, but I don't feel old. So, I mean, age is nothing but a number, right?
Yeah, man, 83. God bless. God bless. I think she's 73,
73.
Right?
73, and he's 80.
God bless.
At the end of the day, we're all going to go out. You might as well go out with a broken hip from having relations.
What are you going to do this weekend, man? You got any big plans?
I got my little brother in town over there.
Yeah.
Let's go. Come on.
Yeah,
over
go on
here.
over there.
Come on over
Give him some camera time.
Come on. Here we go. My little brother's in town. Goes to the University of Maryland. He's 22. It's my little guy right here. So I'm going to take him out around Denver. Go Terps. Go Terps. And now Stephanie's got Fashion Fix Friday, where she's going to do her Fashion Fix stuff. Go ahead.
I'm waiting for this to start any single second.
No, we're gonna go at the last second.
You've got 15 seconds.
Come on, this like I'm stealing first base.
And people say he's not in his prime.
Look at that. Nah, I can't bend my knees like that. I need some more of those.
And 2, 1.
Welcome back to DBL. The most hated 80s trend is back, and Mickey Mouse has gone high fashion. What could be going on? All this weird fashion news must mean it's time for Fashion Fix Friday. And we're starting with a huge congratulations to Billy Porter. The actor made history with this magazine cover being the first man to be on Allure. But if you paid attention to him last year, this shouldn't be a surprise. His red carpet fashion blew everyone away, including myself. So whilst he didn't take home a Golden Globe last weekend, he started 2020 on a high note. Yeah, now believe it or not, Disneyland have found another way to charge you even more bucks for a souvenir by going high fashion. Now you lot can spend thousands on Mickey Mouse clothes and accessories, all thanks to a Disneyland collab with Gucci. Like this Mickey Mouse watch, for example. I mean, seriously, guess how expensive this is? It's $1,600. And oh yeah, and this shirt, hang on, went to the other one, there we go. This shirt, this monstrosity, was $2,200. It looks like it should be in a charity shop, not in Gucci. I mean, it's available online if you like that kind of tact, but you could save the money and take your whole family to Disney. I mean, it makes more sense, right? Same price. And from high fashion to what the fashion, wait until you guys see this. The mullet is back. Yeah, and that's Miley Cyrus rocking the new trendy do called the modern mullet. Look, I get that fashion is cutting edge, but cutting edge means groundbreaking, not literally cutting all of your edges off. And here's another take on the modern mullet by modern Barbie Ferreira. Just dreadful. I mean, she's a gorgeous girl. Has she not learned from our past mistakes? I mean, guys, are you going to be like growing your hair out and chopping it in this weird style for the mullet's big return?
I'm ready for the mullet to make a comeback.
No, you're not.
Why not?
You cannot be serious.
Thank you.
I don't know if I could rock it per se, but I'm saying like I don't mind like a little, a couple 8th graders rocking a mullet.
If Jordan came home with that hairstyle, you would have a fit.
My wife rock a mullet?
Yes.
No.
No. Let's not go that far.
Let's not get
So
crazy.
you're saying you wouldn't rock it, and you wouldn't like if your wife rocked it, but apparently you're in for it.
I think it's for the youth. You know what I mean? Nobody?
Wow, Jeff. Wow, Jeff. Thank you. Hey, Stephanie.
There you go, little Pac-Man.
You didn't like the Mickey Mouse shirt?
All right, let's have a little look. Can we bring this Mickey Mouse shirt
I loved
up?
it.
I don't know if we've got it in the. Right, we're gonna have a little look for this shirt, right?
Okay.
Give us a split second. We are live. Here, look, $2,200, and someone having a laugh. What's it made out of? Spun gold? I don't think so.
I didn't know it was $2,000.
I'm not being funny, but you could take your whole family to Disneyland for that amount of money. If you're buying that shirt, you've got more money than sense.
Or you could take your whole family to go watch a 3D movie from Disney. That's how much they cost these days.
Pretty much.
Coming up on DVL, thank you, Steph. You did a great job. Our Tori Showman chats with actor and former Team Heartthrob Josh Hartnett. He took a little break from Hollywood, so what's he been doing? Find out next.
Do you want to make some big money? Then you might want to consider working at Taco Bell. The fast food chain says it's going to start paying its managers up to $100,000 a year. Now, right now, they make anywhere between $50,000 and $80,000 a year, but they want to enhance restaurant performance and employee satisfaction, and they think this will help. Not only that, but all employees will now get 24 hours of paid sick time per year after just 3 months on the job. While that may not seem like a lot, that's not normal in the fast food business. DBL Nation, would you consider working at Taco Bell? Let me know. And check this out. A new study released today says that if you're having trouble sleeping, the problem could be your tongue, your fat tongue. 1 billion people suffer from sleep apnea, and doctors say having a fat tongue could be a key reason people snore or gasp periodically throughout the night, ruining your sleep. So how do you get your tongue to lose a few? You actually have to lose overall body fat. Makes sense. Kind of. DBL Nation, I hope you'll tune into our digital breaks throughout the shows today. We'll be live for hours. That's right, DBL is live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter all day. Make sure you tune in to give us your DBL take, and we'll continue the conversation. Bye now.
The royal family has several sources of income, but a large chunk of their money comes from something called the Sovereign Grant. That's a yearly lump sum payment from the government. In 2019, it totaled £80 million, or about $100 million. The money comes from the Crown Estate, a collection of properties that generate hundreds of millions of dollars every year. Most of the money is used to cover the cost of travel, security, staff, and the upkeep of royal palaces. The Queen gets the rest and uses it to pay members of the royal family, like Harry and Meghan, when they perform official duties on her behalf. And then there's the royal family's private assets. For instance, Prince Charles, Queen Elizabeth's heir, and Prince Harry's father, controls the Duchy of Cornwall. That's an estate which has been in the family for 900 years. The property produces tens of millions.
Welcome back to DBL. Josh Hartnett is back on the big screen in a new movie, and earlier Tori Shulman talked with the actor about his latest role and why he took a break from Hollywood. That's in today's Chatting with the Stars.
Josh Hartnett, welcome to DBL. I can't wait to chat about your new movie, Inherit the Viper. But first, how's London, darling? Are you enjoying it?
I am, yeah. I'm here making a film right now, and it's going well.
Now let's get to the new movie, Inherit the Viper. It takes a chilling look at the opioid epidemic, which is actually something on DBL we discuss a lot. And our DBL Nation and our viewers often say, I know someone, I'm raising someone, or myself, I am addicted. So what drew you to this specific movie?
I'm done. We're done.
Excuse me? You don't get to
You
say
said
when...
that when we needed to, we'd stop. This is that time.
That's...
No questions asked, right? It's a story that's more about the human tragedy surrounding opiate addiction and the devastation that can occur in a community because of the opiates that are ubiquitous. And I read a few scripts having to do with this crisis at the time. We shot this 2 years ago, and not many of them dealt with it as deftly as this did. And this just felt like it was an important film to be a part of.
I do really admire that you enjoy acting just for the sake of acting and not the fame. I think that's really rad. I want to know, was it awful being a teenage heartthrob? Was that the worst?
It wasn't the worst. Well, I don't know any different, I guess.
Yeah.
It was interesting. I wasn't very much into that game, though.
Right.
Personally, I didn't subscribe to the fact that I was that. I always thought of myself as an actor, or I just didn't think of myself that way.
Right.
Never have.
Never have.
But, you know, people put their labels on.
I mean, people call me a heartthrob all day, so it's tiring.
I wasn't
you know
not
what I mean?
aware of it.
Yeah, totally.
I know, right?
It's hard,
yeah.
right, Josh?
It does
it's
get
like,
tiring after a while. I can see that in you. You seem really worn down by it.
Yeah. Just fatigue. Just fatigue, you know? Thanks. What you did was interesting. You took a hiatus from Hollywood a few years back. You moved to Minnesota, where you were born. What was that about?
I wrote a screenplay.
Oh, nice.
Everybody talks about it as though I went and hermitized myself.
Right.
I didn't go to a cave somewhere. I moved back to where I knew people, and I guess because I wasn't chasing fame the way that so many people do, and wasn't driven by, I think, the same things that a lot of people are out in Hollywood, I was sort of written off as a weirdo, and still a story today. What is it, 20 years later?
It's weird.
I just try to do things according to the way that I feel about them, not necessarily based on someone else's ideas of what I should do.
You're saying you have a moral compass. Wow, that's really...
Call me crazy.
Call you crazy. That's
I don't
great.
know if that's a moral compass. I just have an idea of who I am.
That's great. I think that's amazing. Thanks so much, man, for being a thinker.
Okay. All right, well, appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Inherit the Viper is in theaters and on demand today. We'll be right back.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by...
Hey, welcome back to Beauty Blast, guys. I'm Jeray for the Slay, and while we're here, let's go ahead and pull up those search bars, type in J-A-R-A-Y for the Slay, all one word, my friends, on all your social media platforms so we can be friends. Back to business. Welcome back to Beauty Blast, guys. Today, we're talking about some red light beauty tips and some of my favorite ways to save some time while you're getting ready. Today, though, I want to talk about traveling with your beauty tips. Now, when you're traveling with your beauty products, it's important not to overpack. Now, I know, anything could happen while you're on vacation, whether you're at the beach, in the mountains, whatever you may. You want to make sure that you have everything that you need, but you don't need to overpack. So that's why I went ahead and made a little list for us so that we all know the expectation and that we're not just carrying a toolkit around with us, okay? Now, number one, you want to bring the eye essentials. So some of my eye essentials are going to be a mascara. Full size or travel size is okay. If you need a travel size, check your local Sephora or even ask at a counter if there might be a sample size that you can try out before your actual vacation, okay? So you can do a travel size mascara. You can do a little bit of an eyeliner. I prefer to do a pencil liner when I'm traveling just because it's going to help to make sure that you have more flexibility with your looks. Now, another thing that I would recommend for eyes is one eyeshadow stick. Choose one and just make it neutral neutral. So this way you can kind of be more flexible with your looks, whether it be more of a bronze, a blush color, or cream. You can kind of have a little bit more diversity with your looks by using a blush or bronzer, which we'll get to next. Now, another thing that you can do is get an all-in-one blush, bronzer, and highlight palette. These guys are great to make sure that you're all ready to go for any look. And last but not least, don't forget a tinted moisturizer. It has your SPF and your hydration. So guys, let me know if these beauty tips worked for your travel, and go ahead and write me in at @JuRayForTheSlay on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, whatever. I'm sure we'll connect soon. We'll see you guys next time.
More clips. The drummer for Rush, sadly, he passed away on Tuesday from brain cancer. He was just 67 years old.
But he lived life. He used to, instead of taking the tour bus to gig, he used to take a motorcycle. Gig to gig, logged in 28,000 miles on one tour.
Wow. Well, our thoughts and prayers with his family. We'll see you guys on Monday, same time, same place. Have a great weekend, everybody.